Hello, beautiful soul. You know this waiting is hurting you, yet every time you try to move forward, hope pulls you back, and you are beginning to wonder what is wrong with you. Today, we're talking about what you can do when you understand the problem. You can see the gap between the relationship you have and the future you want, but you still cannot stop waiting. You may have watched videos, read books, and talked to friends. You may have written lists of every reason this relationship is not giving you what you need. You may tell yourself this has to stop. Then they send a message, make another promise, or give you one warm moment, and suddenly you're back inside the dream. If this is you, I do not want to call yourself weak, foolish, or desperate. Knowing and being able to act are not the same thing. Your thinking mind may understand that waiting is costing you time, energy, and self trust. Another part of you may still believe that holding on protects you from something even more painful. In this episode, we will gently explore what that may be. Then I will give you a simple plan for the moments when hope takes over and you feel yourself disappearing again. Moving forward does not have to mean making one huge decision today. It begins when you stop leaving yourself behind while you're waiting for another person to change. Why does knowing not make me move? You can know that a pattern is hurting you and still feel unable to leave it because information reaches your mind faster than safety reaches the rest of you. You may say, I know they are not ready. I know their words and actions do not match. I know I am putting my life on hold. Then you ask, if I know all of this, why can't I move on? Because knowing a fact does not instantly remove attachment, grief, habit, or hope. Think about a child learning to swim. You can explain that the water will hold them. They may understand every word and still grip the side of the pool. Their body needs a safe experience, not another lecture. The same can happen here. Your mind understands the situation, but when you imagine letting go, your body may react as if you are losing safety, love, belonging, and the future you planned. You may feel restless, you may check your phone, you may replay conversations, look at their social media, or imagine the perfect words that will finally make them understand how you feel. This does not prove that the person is right for you. It proves that the connection matters to you and that uncertainty is painful. There is also a difference between an occasional disappointment and a repeated pattern. One cancelled plan does not tell you the whole relationship is unsafe. One difficult month does not mean the person will never be available. Human beings make mistakes and life becomes complicated. But when the same promise is followed by the same delay, the same excuse, and the same lack of movement, you're no longer looking at one mistake, you're looking at a pattern. And when you repeatedly ignore what that pattern is telling you, trusting yourself becomes harder. You hear your inner voice, then teach yourself not to believe it. So your first task is not to force yourself to stop loving them. It is to stop arguing with what you can already see. What am I protecting by holding on? Sometimes you are not only holding on to the person, you are holding on because letting go would make you face the grief, fear, or loneliness that waiting helps you avoid. Ask yourself gently, if I stopped waiting today, what feeling would I have to meet? Would it be grief for the future you imagined? Would it be fear that nobody else will choose you? Would it be loneliness? Would it be anger about how much time you have already given? Would it be the painful question, who am I if I am no longer trying to make this work? Waiting can be deeply painful, but it can also delay a different pain. As long as the answer is maybe, you do not have to fully grieve. No. Let me tell you about someone, I'll call them Alex. Alex knew their relationship was not moving forward. Every serious conversation ended with, I just need more time. Alex felt tired and invisible, but could not stop hoping. On the surface, Alex was waiting for commitment. Underneath, waiting protected Alex from a frightening belief. If this person does not choose me, it means I'm not worth choosing. The belief was not the truth, but it felt true. Alex had learned much earlier in life that keeping the peace, being useful, and asking for very little made relationships feel safer. Self-abandonment was not a silly choice. At one time, it may have helped Alex stay connected. But what protects you in one chapter can imprison you in the next. Maybe you learned to be endlessly understanding because having needs once brought criticism, distance, or conflict. Maybe waiting feels safer than asking a clear question and receiving an answer you cannot control. This does not mean your childhood explains everything. It does not diagnose you, and it does not excuse another person's repeated behavior. It simply gives you a kinder question. Instead of, why am I doing this to myself? Ask, What is this waiting trying to protect me from? When you understand the protection, you can begin creating safety without sacrificing your life. How do I interrupt the waiting loop? You do not break the waiting loop by demanding that you stop caring. You break it by choosing one small action before the old pattern chooses for you. I want to give you a simple 3-step practice. I call it pause, name, and return. First, pause. When a message, a promise, or memory makes hope rush through you, you do not make an immediate decision. Put both feet on the floor. Take one slow breath in and out, and give yourself 10 minutes before replying, or even longer when the decision is important. This is not a game. You're not punishing anyone. You're giving yourself enough space to hear your own voice. Second, name what is happening. Say, hope has been activated. Not, I'm stupid again. Not, this promise means everything has changed. Simply tell yourself, I feel hope. Now I need to look for evidence. Ask yourself, what was actually said? What has actually changed? What do I need today? Then the third and the last part of this exercise is return. Take one action that returns you to your own life. Eat something nourishing. Continue the application. Call a friend. Go to the class. Make the appointment. Finish the task you were about to abandon. The action should be small enough to do, even while you still feel sad. Now make one simple if-then plan. For example, you can tell yourself, if I feel the urge to cancel my plans because they might contact me, then I will wait 10 minutes and continue with my plan. If another promise makes me want to ignore the pattern, then I will read my reality and dream page from episode 2. If I begin checking their social media, then I will put my phone down, take one breath, and message someone safe. Choose one. Do not build a perfect recovery program tonight. And remember, moving on does not always mean ending the relationship. It means you stop making your life smaller while another person remains uncertain. If you are currently in the relationship, you can continue observing whether both people are building the bridge. If the relationship has ended, you can reduce the small points of contact that repeatedly reopen hope where doing so is safe and practical. Every time you pause, name, and return, you give yourself a new experience. I can feel this pull without abandoning myself. Why isn't good advice enough? If you keep returning to the same painful pattern after following all the sensible advice, You may not need more information. You may need to understand what the pattern is doing for you. Advice can tell you to set a boundary, stop checking, make a decision, or move forward. But advice may not reach the part of you that fears rejection, feels responsible for everyone's emotions, or believes love must be earned through patience and overgiving. This is why you can write the perfect boundary and still feel unable to say it. You can know that you deserve more and still panic when you imagine choosing yourself. When a pattern keeps repeating, deeper work can help you explore what sits underneath the immediate problem. My private work is transformation led rather than focused on collecting sessions. We look at the pattern beneath the waiting, what is holding you back, what it may be protecting, and how you can begin making choices from greater clarity and self trust. The aim is not to change your partner, force somebody to commit, or guarantee a particular relationship outcome. I cannot make another person become emotionally available. The work is about helping you hear yourself, understand your responses, and become more available to your own life. If you feel ready to explore whether this kind of deep private work may be right for you, you are very welcome to book a free clarity call. There is no pressure to continue. The call is a safe space where we explore what you are experiencing and whether working together feels appropriate. I will always be honest with you, and if I do not believe my work is the right fit for you, I will tell you. You are also allowed to take what helps from this episode and begin with one small step on your own. Episode 3 Reflection on being unable to stop waiting. What if the part of you that cannot move on does not need another attack? What if it needs to know that choosing yourself is finally safe? If you are somewhere safe, place both feet on the floor. Let your hands rest comfortably in your lap. You may close your eyes or keep them open and soften your gaze. Take one slow breath in and let it leave gently. Notice the support beneath your feet. You do not have to solve the relationship in this moment. You do not have to stop caring. For these few seconds, you are only listening to yourself. Say quietly, I can feel hope without putting my life on hold. Again, I can love someone without leaving myself. Now ask, what feeling am I afraid I will meet if I stop waiting? Do not force an answer, a word, a feeling, or an image may come. or maybe a memory, or even nothing may come yet. It's all right. Now ask, what would help me feel one small piece of safety without needing an answer from them? Maybe it is calling someone you trust. Maybe it is keeping one promise to yourself. Maybe it is resting instead of searching for another sign. Choose one gentle action, then take another slow breath and say, I do not have to abandon myself to keep love. When you're ready, notice the room around you and bring your attention back. That's right. Well done. What do I take from episode 3 about being unable to stop waiting? The fact that you still feel attached does not mean you must keep organizing your life around someone else's uncertainty. Here's the truth I want you to remember. Moving on begins before the feelings disappear. It begins the moment you stop disappearing. You may still love them, you may still miss them, you may still wish the story had been different, and today you can pause, name what is happening, and return one small part of your attention to your own life. This is not failure, this is practice. Every promise you keep to yourself gives self-trust somewhere to grow. In next episode, episode 4, we will explore why meditation, affirmation, and manifesting may give you temporary comfort but still leave the deeper waiting pattern unchanged, and what kind of deeper inner work may help. My mission is to help as many people as possible to stop chasing unavailable love, become confident in their choices, become fully available to their own life, and live the best life to their fullest potential. So please subscribe so you do not miss anything important. I'm sending you so much love and light. Speak soon.